Lizard.
Hello and happy Friday, all. How we doing? Give a nice chill Friday, grind some of the event, try to upgrade a trophy or something. We'll see. Might even do some no evidence. We'll see. I really have not done much no evidence since the new ghosties have come out, because with the holiday event and all the other stuff. But we might do that today. And then on Sunday, we got us a long stream. It's a long stream. Oh God. Oh God. Sorry, I went to switch and I clicked back on accident. Sorry, my bad. Hi. Did you and the fam have? We did, Nocturnal. We did. The fam had an amazing Christmas.
Lizard.
Absolutely did. Oh my God, Kafritz. Got your merch the other day. The shirts are so good. Pop more for the gym. I love them. I wear these. Okay, this isn't it. I wear the merch shirts.
Lizard.
I'd say probably 75% of the time. This is not one of them because it's the tower. It's the tower terror. Come on. But I use it. Yeah. The holiday merch, I wear it all the time. Yeah. Captain Zero, thank you so much for the subs, friend. Fritz, thank you. Oh my God. Dick, thank you for the 32-month prime. Royce, thank you for the 15. Jersey, thank you for the 2. Shriek, thank you for the 6. Toxic for the 4. Luca with the 10. My God. Tower Terror is the one ride I won't go on. Why not? It's so good. My daughter hated it. she, you know what? She convinced herself, gave herself the strength to get on,
Lizard.
did it. When it was over, she was like, never again. Never again. But Guardians of the Galaxy, she loved. That was her favorite ride of all. Shrek, thank you so much, dude. What the fuck? It's been Fritz, excuse you. Been trying to prime sub, but it says the next is available December 26th. Oh, you might be able to do it tomorrow, Monkey Hat. Unless you refresh. Maybe if you refresh, it'll let you. I don't know. Yeah. Because I've gone solo the last few times at Disney. I'd rather. Oh, yeah. Okay. With more people, I could see that. That would be way more enjoyable than a solo ride on that ride. I could get that. I would still do it. It's because I like my horror aspects, even at Disney. Kevin, thank you for the follow, dude. Northern Dog, 2 years. 2 years of fun, spoopy, and weird moments. Yeah, that about describes it. That about says it. How do you feel about the upcoming player animation fix? I'm fine with it. I don't know. So many people are so upset about it. We don't want to lose the jankiness and how silly it is, but at the same time, I'd rather the game be updated. There's a lot of people that are upset that their Tanglewood is being upgraded and fixed, and it's when I like just replaced with new, and people are up in arms about it. It's not that real, man. We haven't played it yet. I don't usually judge that stuff until it's in my hands. Once it's in my hands and then I can play and I can say, I like this, I don't like this, Okay. Until then, we will just wait and see. They will take the feedback and they will then use that to upgrade and fix and change. If the whole community comes forward and says, I hate the new Tanglewood, hate this so much, they're going to change it. They will change it. They won't just leave it and say sucks to suck. They will actually change it. But we'll see what they do, man. And Camp Hippo, thank you for the 11 months. Amanda, thank you for the 4. What's your opinion on the looks of the new Tangle? Oh, the two pictures look great. The assets and everything, the kitchen looks awesome. It looks very, very like 90s. And I love it. No, they won't. Okay, describe to me the last time that you were up in arms about something, you made a fuss, and then they didn't change it. Everyone hates high school and they haven't done anything. Okay, so let's look at it like this then. They haven't done anything with high school, even though not everyone, a lot of people hate it. How much effort have they put into high school to change anything? 0. Why? They're not concentrating on big maps. None. They're not worried about big maps right now. It's the car going to be the new? Oh, I don't know. It's so hard to say. I don't know what the layout's going to be like. If it's going to be identical or if it's going to change a little bit. I don't know. Choreos are still in the game. Touche. Touche. Juju. Thank you for the biddies, friend. Got your first new ghost. Oh, the Galu. Nice. Are they going to add lore to every map? I can't say yes or no to that. I don't know. But they've already said that they're adding lore to Tanglewood. So I would much rather have new lore. I would much rather have brand new map with new assets, same-ish layout, rather than keep the Tanglewood we have right now. That's my opinion. Not enough people play the big maps. Amen. That's exactly why. Yeah. I kind of hope they do something like Bleasdale and give us access to the backyard. That'd be cool. If they do that on Tanglewood, that's going to be really cool. That side door that looks like an outside door, if you're able to go outside onto like, I don't know, like a porch or something like, I don't know, a side entrance, that'd be kind of cool. We'll see what they do, man. But also, you have to think about it like this. When you load into Tanglewood, and what do you see? You have the house and then the neighborhood around, which is obviously very bare bones, whatever. If they're redoing Tanglewood, that means they need to redo all of that, everything. I'm excited for how that's going to look. I think that's going to look great. We might be able to go to that tiny little pool in the backyard. You never know. It's hard to say. But we'll see, friends. This Sunday, aka 2 days from now, is going to be the 5-year partnerversary celebration. Technically speaking, if we're going to be very technical right now, today was my 5-year partnerversary. But I wanted to choose to celebrate it a couple days away from Christmas. So if we want to be literal, 5 years ago today, Twitch sent me the email that I was a partner on Twitch. So technically speaking, it was 5 years ago today. However, we are going to celebrate it on Sunday. Okay. Sunday it will happen. Yeah. Wild West, thank you for the 8 months, friend. Thank you. And I've already got stuff lined up. For now, this might change. A very light schedule, very easy to follow, not a lot of changes. We're going to start with Phasmo at 9 a.m. I'm going to play Phasmo all the way up till lunch. I'll eat lunch real fast. And then we're going to do my 1 hour a year Rocket League schedule. So that's going to happen at 1. And then I'm going to do solo peak at 2 p.m. And I'm going to attempt to reach the top by myself. I will have 2 hours to do so. If I fail, there will be a consequence. And then I'm going to play Repo with Friendos at 4. And then at 6 o'clock, we're going to switch back to Phaz, and we'll do that all the way to the end of stream. Braver than you? Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to lose. Break, it's basically a guarantee I'm not making it out of there alive. There's no way in hell. But yeah, there's the schedule, and then there are the goals. When is this going to be? Sunday. Not with that attitude. You know what? I'm a realist. That's just the way I am. You'll be fine. Hey, Pietrus, what's up, dude? So, We get where we get. We get as far as we get. It's just, you know, it is what it is. We'll see how it goes. But the day is going to be a fun day. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a blast. We get to hang out for 12 hours. Brave or stupid. Amen. You can do it. You're amazing. You got, oh, I thought you meant to say Riz. I was like, oh, I don't like it. I don't like it here at all. So that's happening on Sunday, friends. You got Riz. Started watching back in September after getting into Phas. Very nice. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. All right. Let's go see how many points I have in this damn thing and see if I can even close to upgrading a trophy or not. I don't know. Emery, hello, friend. Just prestige. Nice. Nice. Just give me the old razzle dazzle. How was the Friday? Like today, just in general? Oh, it was good. Yeah. What time on Sunday? We're going to start at 9 a.m. Yeah, this was if you didn't see it, the schedule. But if you've missed this, if you guys need to see this again, if you do !5 year, then both links for this sheet and also the goals is available. And I'll post it in the server later and stuff too. Got your friends in the Phas, and now you're indoctrinating everyone around you. Let's go. 12 hour? Yeah. That's what it's going to be. Indeed, indeed. Maybe. Hello? There we go. There we go. Definitely miss it. Ah, that's why the VODs live, friend. Did this week's challenge. Had to cheat with extra brightness and contrast. Listen, you do whatever you need to do, man. It is what it is. The only stuff that I change, what am I at? Oh, 66%. I feel like we maybe should do a bit of like actual grinding for this a bit, you know? Can't wait to see Rocket League. I play for 1 hour every year as a joke. 1 hour every single year. Oh, Nels, we can go clickety clack our feet all over the floor. This week's challenge slapped you around. The servers having issues slapped me around. Am I good? No. Rafa's on vacation. I know. I'm going to have to find another day just so Rafa can play. I'm going to have to like add an extra day, Mir, just for Rafa. One of your top watch games this year because of me. Because of me. Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. Like 8% on the event. Hey, let's go. Nice. 6 foot. Thank you for the 13 months. Katie, thank you for the 7. My God. All right, let's get crack-a-lackin' in all the places with all the spaces, and then we'll go. Let's go. Mr. Chinggis, how was your dinner with your bestie? How was it? Was it good? Was it num-num? Are you doing your D&D campaign? There we go. All right, let's go to Nels. Let's go. It was good. About to do the D&D things. Oh, I know. I was lurking in your wife's stream. I was lurking in your wife's stream. That's how I know all this information. Does anyone know how long the Christmas event's running for? Yeah, it'll run until the 6th. You're good. You still have some days. Am I excited for 2026? Sure. Yeah. How's the what at Nels? Excuse me? What the hell? You just did Nels and had a blood moon? Nice. Well, if I'm on the event maps and I hear rain, we're going to know immediately what I have. That will be instant. Hey, Matthew. What up, friend? Flapjack, what up? All right, let's go. I'm not going to take my thermo. I've been making that mistake on these event maps and taking the thermo immediately. It's unnecessary. It's too cold. First event map today was a blood moon. GG. More Nels. What do we got? Georgia Hall, Emily Wilson, Jay. Okay, we have a Christmas tree. I haven't been doing this as much, and I need to now. Now I think today we will. All right. Rocks, sticks, coal, tree. Rock, sticks, coal, tree. The old rock, sticks, coal tree. You got the merch for Christmas. Oh, let's go. Hell yeah. What do you get from it? An item. What kind of an item? It's random. How random? I don't know. Hello? If you're back in this hallway, I'm gonna be upset. I swear to God. I swear to God. Okay. What items can you get? Stuff. And also things. Ghost, where the hell you at, bruh? What? I tried. Oh, you suck. I'm guessing that's the room. If we're just guessing. What? I don't know. It's hard to say. Hey, what up, Peanut? All right, well, Ghosty's there, so let's go ahead and do the things. Yeah, what have I gotten from the damn things? I've gotten the snowball gun, I've gotten a cookie, I've gotten sanity. All kinds of stuff. Chicken leg? What the f... It is not time for the daily. No. Absolutely not. Hello, do you play with viewers? I do. Do I play right now with viewers? No. You didn't do it? I know, it was chicken leg. I know. Stinker. Cookie's been the clutch for you. You know, I don't know. Like, I haven't used it as much. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you close? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Remember, ask for allergies. Yep. Ghost is calling for somebody. I know. I'm gonna get out of here real quick. It's so angry. What game mode is this? I'm on Nightmare right now. The plan. Where the hell is my I can't sprint. Hello? There we go. I want to try to get more event points. I'm really slacking when it comes to the event stuff. So we're going to try to kick it up a notch. Albert! Thank you for the subs, dude. What up, Will? How are you? Interesting things have been going on. I feel like the sprint has been depleted more. I don't know what's going on. It's been really strange. I'm good. Stop. Possible freezing. I'm not getting anything right now. Rude, duh. Gotta use. Oh, you got new headphones. Nice. Seems shorter. Why does it feel that way? Just lurk it. You're good, Shrek. I appreciate you. I'd like to stick around to check for UV. We have UV. What's up, Honorable? Hello. What are you doing all the way over there, Hotshot? Does anyone know why the tree new ghost doesn't have a trophy? Does anyone know why the 3 new ghosts don't have trophies? I assume because it's a pain in the ass to try to link that up between Steam and all the consoles. That's my guess. All right, let's bring in a crucifix. Let's bring in a smudge. Let's bring in a photo camera. Let's take one of these because it's going to try to murder my face. What up, Joe? How are you? Sprint like 5 or 6. Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. Caitlin, thank you for the follow. What's up, Tan? Jana, hello. Mama Bear. Really strange. Has this ghost moved? Hey, Zom, what's up? How are you? How the ghosties? This is the first one. A little concerned. A little bit concerned. Why is this still here? What the hell? I'll take it. Hey, what up, Wavy? Hey, I didn't turn this light on. Dude, this ghost is on the move. What the? Yeah, it's a hallway ghost now. Oh, what a turd, man. Honorable. Thank you for the sticker giveaway. If you guys want to type !enter, you could win a sticker. When was the last time I died in Phas? Oh, I don't know. Probably the last stream. I presume, I assume, I suspect. This is probably the last time I played. Yeah, I don't know. Easy photo, yeah. But you notice I put the salt down and then the ghost left this room. Like this room is abandoned. What up, Luke? Case, hello. Bits of ghosts are moving more since the update. Interesting. I'll have to use some motion sensors and try to see what's going on. Like, is it more actually in the hallway chilling now? Was that dots? Can somebody clip that for me, please? I gotta go to the bathroom. What? Do I know about my 24/7 channel? I do. I do. Yeah. Did you happen to read the description or anything on it, Wink? That was dots, but just hit the breaker door. Who am I guessing? I don't know. Would you relax, please? Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna mute myself so I can see this. Okay. Let me play this back in like 0.25. So we're a little bit confused as to what the hell we just witnessed. No, it's not that I don't believe you. It's I want to show people what we just saw. Because I saw it too. Now, you see that and you think, oh, okay, but this is to show you that we saw the dots, right? You see it there. Okay, it happened. It's there. No questions asked. We saw it. It's there. Okay. This is at 0.25 speed. So let it happen. Okay. Now let's watch the clip back in normal time. Meow. What the fuck? Where was dude going? Dude, this takes me back to the olden days. When dots used to happen, dots used to be extremely fast. But now, whenever you see dots, it is the ghost going into a dot state, which is literally just it roaming, and then you can see it. Why was it so fast? I don't have an answer for you. I don't know. Like, the question is, does that make it any more likely that it's one of these ghosts? We saw it in person, so it can't be that unless it's really messed up. If it's a Goryo, I give up. It had to poop. It had to poo up. If it's an Obambo, while aggressive, the Obambo is quicker to start hunting. While calm, like, that's not a trait, right? Like, while it's aggressive, the Obambo is like fast in dots, and then whenever it's not aggressive, it's really slow in dots. That's not a thing, right? Oh, wait. Oh, male. Well, no, male or female, it doesn't matter. The Obambo can be both. What do you mean for Banshee? His name is Robert Myers, so we know it can't be that. It's either an Obambo or a Phantom. Okay, let's go get a... I got a damn camera on me. I've got a camera. I've got a smudge. Okay, still really cold here. If the dots go by like that, I don't think I'm going to get a photo of it. Too fast for a Phantom. No, there is no ghost that is supposed to be like that in dots. That's not too fast for Phantom. It's too fast for any ghost in this game. Yeah. Thank you guys to the follows. Welcome in. Dots was crazy. So according to everything we know about this game, that makes this an Obambo. So my next question is, are the Obambo dots purposefully different? That seemed very normal. Right. Obambo number 5. That is correct. On a thing to think of it as 7 months. Listen, I'm not upset that on our first map of the day we got a new ghost. I'm not upset at all. However, I want to know if that fast dot is a thing that is supposed to happen. Dude's cruising. Are dots ever at the speed the ghost is during a hunt? No. No, the dot... dude's just hanging. The dots are now supposed to be just a normal speed. Like an average speed. Dots are not supposed to be fast or slow. They used to be. Is it on the unofficial? I could check it. When you first got an Obambo, it was a fast dot. Was it? Is that something that's being reported by a lot of people? See, saying that it was an aggressive state, we don't know if it was or if it wasn't. Now, the way we could know that for sure is if I get it to hunt. And then when I get it to hunt, we know if it's aggressive or if it's not. And we could watch the dots that way. Literally had to wait to make sure you saw it correctly. What we just did. The exact same thing that we just did. Yeah. Thank you for the prime, Inferno. Thank you. Let's get a few of these guys. I don't think I saw the cursed, so let's go find it real fast. I could probably do this actually while we're at it too. Where's the, let's see. So we need 4 coal, 3 rock, 1 stick, 1 tree. Four coal, 3 rock, 1 stick, and 1 tree. Where are... Hey lady, how are you? Welcome in. Is the aggression only during hunts? That's, I believe it is only during hunts. That we know of. Right? A little bit of... Oh wait, was that... I didn't see Frank over there, did I? No. Not too bad. I am doing well. All right. Well, we know the sticks are in here. Which, how many sticks did I need? I mean, I guess he is not that far away. I was gonna say the hallway is right there. So that's, yeah, okay. That's fine. What ghost is it? It has to be the Obambo. It has to be. Oh, hello. It has to be. Oh, well, thank you, Fritz. I hear you down there. Hey, Ann, how are you? How's it going? Boner Jam. I'm just taking all the 6 because I don't really remember what it's supposed to be. Oh, it was literally 1. Okay. No, my lighter. All right, we need 4 things of coal. I need those 3 rocks. Yeah, I literally needed 1, Verona. Yeah, but I need 3 rocks, and we have 3 of those out here. You know what? Just in case, I'm gonna buy myself some time. Just in case. Okay. 4 things of coal. Are we assuming those? Are they in the kitchen? I'm assuming. If you get a bad present, is there one that could kill you instantly? No. No, it's always just coal. It's always coal. Would you leave me alone? You bully? All right, there's those. Where's the tree? I don't remember where the tree is. The walking sounds, yeah, aren't they just delicious? Aren't they great? Night, thank you for the 31 months. Oh, it's right there. Got a VR for Christmas. Nice. All right. 1 coal, 1 tree. Present. An extra smudge. Let's go. I'll take it. I just used one of those. Case, thank you for the 5 gifted. There's a help wanted out. There's a help wanted sign outside. There is. There is. I got a smudge. Hip hip. All right. No Ouija board, right? There was no circle. Is it the music box? Oh my lucky stars. Hey. Turn it off. All right, we're going to bring this up here because we're going to do this over here. Play you a tune? I got you. But first thing I need to do is I need to go get that crucifix out of there. This guy and that guy. Oh, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Favorite ghost? Mimic. By far. Love a mimic. All right, I think we got most of the boxes, right? Put that guy there, put that guy there. Sing you a song, Music Man? How about you give me a minute and I got you. Crucifix works while you carry it? Absolutely. It works while you carry it. It works while you throw it. It works if you place it down. It doesn't matter. Was that slower? It seemed normal, I think. Now, I'm going to cause an instant hunt, and then we're going to listen. That is our plan. 'Tis our plan. We're doing a little bit of testing in the middle of this because I'm very curious now. I never did a good luck honk. I was digging my own grave. All right, got that. Got this. Go. That was really weird for a minute there. I think it just entered the aggressive phase. Okay. It's in the aggressive phase for another like minute 40. What we want is to go over here and watch. If we see normal dots, then we know that that eliminates any thought we had of it having to do with it being aggressive or not. So I don't know. Oh, honorable thing, dude. You guys type exclamation point enter. There's a tarot card sticker giveaway. It's only on the purple side, obviously. We have a minute. A little over a minute. We need this stinky to decide to show itself. Or in dot form. I think I'm hearing it walk in salt, which is not what I want. I don't know. I saw them type the command. I don't know. It's about to end its little phase here, and it might be in that room now. I don't know. I'm confused. Okay, there you go. It's still in the aggressive state, and that was a normal walk. I have no explanation for what the hell we saw. No explanation. I don't know. Ah, shit. Oh, I need to prevent a hunt with the crew. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna do that now. Might be a little bit late for that now. How do you know if it's aggressive or not? The speed. We heard it slowly hunting, and then whenever it became aggressive, it went fast. And it does that change every 2 minutes. What's up, Ozzy? But the aggressive state was not up yet. Let's turn these on. These objectives now. I mean, capturing the EMF in a photo, that we can do. But you know what? Here. Do things and stuff, Ghosty. Yeah, I'll check the unofficial cheat sheet to see if it says anything. But again, we just tested that ourselves, and we see that it's false. I heard that. That looks very normal. Yeah, let's do this just in case. I heard you throw it. That dirty son of a bitch. What's up, Maul? Hello. Is it a shadow? I don't have a shadow photo, right? Yeah, there we go. Excuse me. There we go. I'm not going to worry about the crucifix. We're gonna call that. We got a few of the boxes, and we are gonna get the ghosty right. We did the naughty or nice list. We're good. We're Gucci. We're out of here. I have no answer for what the hell we saw earlier. I don't know what that was. So I'll have to post that clip and ask some questions. I don't know. I don't have an answer. Green, Meg, Charisma, thank you guys for the follows. What's up, G-Money? Sloth, hello. That was an extraordinarily fast dot. But it makes you wonder, like, are all ghosts doing that at some point for no reason? So is there something wrong? I don't have the answer. I don't know. Maybe just an odd angle made it look faster. Oh, I don't think that looked faster. I think that straight up was faster. What is wrong? The dots went into a incredibly fast dot state for no reason. We saw something. We saw something. That's what we saw. Well, shit, guys. I mean, we met. Okay. Let me. Listen, we're doing it till the end of December. We're doing it to the end of December. We met the daily. We met it. Gifted merch. Well, you guys give me a minute. Let me go to the gifted merch for even more chances. Hey, Ribs, how are you? All right, let me go see what it's going to be. Well, in the name of all that is extraordinarily close to Christmas. Hey, Meg, how are you? Yeah, we'll do this one. Yeah, we'll do this one. Do I play Minecraft? No, barely. Back in the day when I played, I only ever played creative. I never really did survival. I do have a Minecraft server for subs. I just don't ever push it because I haven't updated it or anything, but it does exist and I plan on jumping into it. All right, enter the zip code. Do this. Da, da, ba, da. But yeah, I want to mess around with it. I want to actually play survival. Got to give me a sec. I've got to go through the whole thing, the whole spiel. I got to log in. I got to go through the auth. Again, it's a good thing, but it's still annoying. It doesn't matter. Recently got the Java edition. Oh, nice. All right. About to do a merch giveaway, friends. Hold, please. Can also do horror mods. Ooh, that is true. That's a good point. I've played Phasmo in Minecraft before. I've done that. Hey, Zeeth, how are you? What is it? Astrock, if you go to the sub channel in Discord, it's pinned. !enter friends. Yeah, if you go to the Twitch Hangout page in Discord, it is the pin message in there. It's got the server name. It tells you what you need to do to register your name for the server and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Dragon. Thank you for the 3 months. All the friends this year. Send the best wishes. Merry Christmas. Oh, Murder Chrysler. What the fuck? What the hell? The one we are giving away, for those that are curious, is this one. It's this one. I was just wearing this one. It's got the nice little pocket logo on the front. And all I want for Christmas is goo on the back. Isn't that great? I have a big thing with pocket tees. I don't know. I love them. I love them. So that's why you're going to see me always making them. But yeah, the design was by Phoenix. Of course. Short fuse. Let's go. GG's. Enjoy, Fred. Enjoy. There's no actual pocket. It's just a pocket logo. It's just a pocket logo. Alrighty, on to the next one. Oh, wait. I need to back out, don't I? Rude. I want a real pocket. Fine, I'll make a shirt with a real pocket. Fine. Favorite Vine? Probably Will Sasso's Citrus. Yeah. Pocket logo, no pocket. Debate it. Look, 70%. All right. Let's rock, man. On to Grafton. Let's go. Do I want to go to Pro? Do I want to switch it to Pro to make them faster? Do I want to do that? I kind of do. Yes, I love Nightmare. Nightmare is my damn jam. But I feel like if we do Pro, they'll go faster. Yeah, I think they will. How does Maple look with the update? Oh, all the maps look great. All the maps look great. I think one of my favorites is probably Woodwind. I've been this scammed out of pocket since I started wearing women's pants. Let's switch it up to Pro for a little bit just to see how speedy it actually does make it. Let's try. Anna, hello, how are you? Nice. How many meters do you have to be from the ghost to cleanse it? Ooh, you asked me too fast. I mean, if I was just throwing you a guess, I could look up the actual numbers for that. My guess for how close a cleanse actually takes effect, it must be close, within like 2 meters or something. I could look it up though. I could find out. I just don't remember offhand. Teddy, welcome in. Yee, welcome in. Zero evidence, you get 20 points, which is about 2% if you get the ghost right and survive. Oh, nice. What up, Blue? Is it 3 meters? Is it really 3? That's a big distance for a cleanse. That's a big cleanse. I mean, hold on. Let us see. Allie, thank you for the 9-month prime. Appreciate you. All right, let me go. The wiki is pretty reliable when it comes to this stuff. I don't know where it is inside of the cheat sheet, or else I would tell you. They need to add holy water to the game and do something with it. What would they do with holy water? You're not an exorcist. You're not exorcising the ghost. What would they do with holy water? All right, there's the time. Effects. The incense has a range which the ghost must be for its effects to be successfully applied. This range depends on the tier level. So actually, geez, I didn't realize it was that far away. Tier 1 is 3 meters, tier 2 is 4, and tier 3 is 5. I guess I always just wait for it to get really close. I didn't realize it was that far away, man. Damn. So tier 3, the tier 3 incense. Hold on, let me get a good step here. Shit. When you cleanse the ghost with a tier 3 incense, that's basically here to there. So it gets to there, boom, you can cleanse it. That's crazy. Roughly 1 step is a meter in game. Yeah. Roughly a step. All right, well, temps is literally worthless on this thing. Worthless. That is, I did not realize it was that far away. I just never worry about it. I always, when the ghost is like from like here to here, that's when I usually cleanse. Yeah. Wild sauce. All right, let's go. Let's go. That's very, very far away. Agreed upon. Holy shit. We had a lot of nice kiddos today. Oh my god. Is that up? I heard that. Hey, Shadow. Thank you for the daily heart me, dude. Are you here or are you there? Also, hold on. Did they fix the distance with the camera and also with the tier 2 headlamp? What? There's an orb out here. What the? You notice how there's no shadow? I feel like there was always an annoying shadow when you try to use your headlamp with the video camera. Oh, it's because it's not on a tripod. Oh, I always have a tripod. Oh, never mind. They're just trying to stop us from using tripods. I understand. Mr. Doc, Happy holidays, friend. Look, I got you a tree. Happy holidays. Mr. Doc, I hope you had an amazing holiday. The ghost also hopes that you had a great holiday. Did you get a stocking full of goo? Oh, that'd be awful. Oh, hey, honey, let me see what you got for me. What the f... Relax. Let's turn on this light up here just in case we have to run. Doc, did you get everything you wanted for Christmas? Oh, I forgot about the stocking stuffer. My stuff my wife got me. I forgot. Hey, think of it the follow, dude. I know you're antsy and you're pantsy. We're getting there. Relax. Between the farmhouses, Bleasdale is better in your opinion. I like them both for their own reasons. I like Grafton because of how busted and broken down this looks. I like Bleasdale because of how fancy it is. I like them both. All right, you're over here a lot. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you here? Are you close? Are you angry? Why are you so sad? Miss Geller, why you cry? What map is this? This is Grafton. We'll try that and bring more stuff. Hey, Courtney. It's going well, friend. How are you? You didn't get a Ferrari? Oh, wow. Just wait till I talk to your wife. How dare you disappoint my young man like that? Really hope they gave Squeakers a little Santa hat. They didn't. That would have been really funny, but they did not. If you got goo for Christmas, you could at least say you had a good Christmas. All I want for Christmas. Yeah, think of it, the 2 years. Oh my God. 5 whole years. I know. Technically it's today, but we're going to celebrate it on Sunday. Yeah. Do I prefer old or new? New. 1,000,000% new. In no way, shape, or form would I prefer any of the old maps to the new ones. That's crazy. There are people that are like, oh my God, I can't believe they're going to change. Like, I am so glad they're changing everything. So glad. Making it. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, Thunder, how are you? It's so close, but so far. That's okay. All right, let's turn the lights off. Get. Chill. Hey, what's up, Ryan? Weren't the original maps stock? Yeah. Every original map of this game was created using all stock assets that they purchased a license for. Correct. That is correct. And people are upset that they don't want that anymore. God forbid. I know. Craziness. Shattered Tears. Thank you for the 13 months. I did stick. I hope you had a great holiday too, friend. You can play Phas on Android. That's great for you. I have orbs. Oh, by the way, that's it. I haven't got anything else. There we go. There we go. Oh, man. Making them their own assets only. Correct. I get why people are... No. I understand that you love a certain map because of a layout. That I get. But if you love a certain map because you like all the old assets better than the new ones, that's just a personal problem you're going to have to deal with. Was that dots? Was there a big, massive foot that just walked in front of the screen? Well, let me you send potatoes. Oh, no. No, I think it was normal speed. I think it was just very, very close. Well, what's the name of the ghost? Jay. Not you. Raiju Thay Yokai Yurei. Saw some dogs. Oh, we have ads in 2 minutes. All right, I'm going to try to be a little swift. Wait a minute. Oh, I forgot I changed it to pro. I can get more evidence. I forgot. I forgot. Not one or two, but three. Excited for the character customization, but sad the weird. Yeah, me too. Yeah, listen, everybody's going to have critiques about stuff, and it's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We are allowed to judge. It is part of the shtick. Wait. It could be. No partial door shuts that I could tell. If they change in the Tanglewood living room, will the cards be moved? Yes. They would have to be, right? Let's try this now. Where are you?
Taken away.
Oh my Lanta. Yeah, Captain, it wasn't funny the first time you said it. Hey Simply, how are you? Well, it's a yokai. Repel in 25%. Don't mind if I do. I have ads in 50 seconds, friends. In 50 seconds. No. It wasn't our original Taken a Wii. It was another Taken a Wii. Hey, Lily, how are you? All right. I'm going to go ahead and run my ads, friends. I do 3 minutes every hour so you guys don't have pre-rolls. So I'm going to go ahead and do them and wait in here. And then once they're done, then we will go back in and we will finish all the stuff. All right. 3 minutes, friends. Twill be fast. Can you play it in mode? Oh, probably not. No. No, a quick Google search would have probably gave you that answer, friend. All right. Ads are playing. Getting ready for a 12-hour road trip. Oh, snap. Ooh. Are you guys doing a road trip for vacation stuff? A quick Google search can answer many questions. This is true. This is very true. Had a yokai earlier and it never came towards me even though I was right in front of it. What? Hi, Lizzie. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. If you're right in front of it, did it have line of sight of you? Arctic, thank you for the follow. Joseph, welcome in. Hello. Heading back home after vacation surgery. Oh, I hope everything's okay. Commercial for mac and cheese. Ay, caramba. Went up to the mountains for Christmas vacation. Was -6 this morning. Ay, caramba. Ridgeview should be a house themed in the 20s or 30s. You know, houses that are themed around different like eras would be really cool. That would be pretty awesome. I do like that idea. Like, I don't know, theming one around like the 60s or 70s or something like that. That'd be cool. How do you like the new Ghost? Oh, I don't know. Was that rhetorical? I'm confused. What would I like to be a new map? I've always wanted a broke down carnival, but we're not going to get that for a long time. They're focused on small maps. They're not going to focus on large maps right now. It's not going to happen. Maybe they could do that with Willow. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. Edgefield, one of those two, whichever you choose. I think it'd be awesome if they went out of the way to make it look vastly different. Yeah. We did, Lizzie. I hope you had a good holiday too. Willow should be an old Victorian home from the 1800s when we worked. Okay, well that changes the map entirely though. I think the idea with the reworks of those maps is not to take it away and make it a whole new map that is completely different, but make it feel very similar. Like Grafton was to feel very similar. Bleasdale, you know what I mean? Flash, if you play Species Unknown with me, the baby seals will be saved. Doc, that's all I've ever wanted to do was save the baby seals. Sir, when are you going to play it? You got to tell me. I have yet to crack it open, and I would love to. How do I like the new ghosts? Oh, they're great. I think the new ghosts are awesome. Yeah, I'm absolutely down. I'm still waiting for the whole prox chat thing. Still waiting. Indy, thank you for the 10 months. Is that ever actually going to happen? Midwest themed split level. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We are back. Let's go. Back in we go. Got the Obambo, the first match he played since they came out. Nice. All right. Let's get the objectives. We need to repel the ghost while it's chasing us and also 25%. So that means we need to go figure out what the cursed possession is. I shall send thee sometimes. Aye, aye, Captain. That's 2 different eras. Doc, I would love to. That would be so fun. All right. Do I want to bring a flashlight just so you guys can even see a little bit better? Yeah, I think I do. What do I like more? I like them both equally. To be very, very honest. I like them both. They should have Vecna and Demogorgon as a ghost type. Vecna and Demogorgons aren't dead. What? Barb could be one. Spoiler, but that was season 1. You just got to get over it. Right, let's go put Squeakers down the hole. Oh no, Squeakers is going to be hanging out with Ghosty. Oh, that's okay. Have fun, Squeakers. Love you. No mirror. Someone's excited for Stranger Things? Yeah. I suppose. We did watch it, though. I'm definitely not going to spoiler anybody, but or like hit anybody with any spoilers, but we did sit down and watch it. Add a ghost that can control people? What? Wait, what? That can control people? What? What the hell am I missing? There's no Ouija board. Is it the monkey paw and I just didn't see it? I didn't even walk into the mannequin room. Ooh, it could be Frank. A ghost that can mimic another player. I mean, we've always, oh, the monkey paw. We have wanted a ghost that could actually mimic another player for a long time. And at one point in the game, they actually added events that did do that. I have a clip of it somewhere where there was I found it somewhere randomly where like a player was in VR and then the ghost did an event as a player. So it was another player model. That was years ago. And then they got rid of it. For some reason. Oh, I do have hiding. Nice. Nice. Have I looked at the update for headliners? No, I haven't played any of that stuff. No. Not yet. What we'll probably do is probably trap this thing. That's useless. That's right. I forgot that light's like that. This is a little bit better, though. That way we can see the ghosty. That was downstairs, right? Yeah, it's a yokai. Okay, we're good. I wish to trap the ghost. I wish to trap the ghost. There we go. I wish for sunrise. Excited if the new Tanglewood rework? I am. I is. There's no way that's going to get me below 25. I'm going to have to sit around the ghost and hope for like ghost events or something. Excited for the reworks? Yeah. Figure that since it was the Winter's Jest event, you couldn't change the weather. Oh, you absolutely can. The only weather you can't change to is Blood Moon. That's it. Goddamn goat downstairs. If you have Blood Moon to start, can you change it with the paw? You absolutely can. You certainly can. Okay. So there's my escape. 25% is going to be a little bit rough, I think. Hey, Bowen, what up? That's going to be a little rough. Because that would mean that Ghosty would need to actually do events. Love changing to sunrise during a blood moon. See, I wish you could change it to blood moon. That'd be so cool. Can you get a blood moon and then from the paw? No, you can't change it with the paw. What happens if you wish to trap the ghost while you're in the ghost room? Then you're trapped in the ghost room. Ghosty, we need events, please. See, even though the lights are on, so I'm not losing any of my sanity this way, I was hoping I could just sit in here and then it would start eventing on us. You found out that you can accidentally mess up. Oh, yeah. If you throw any item inside of the sack, you ruined it. Yep. The hell's wrong with you? Hi, Ghosty. What's your name? Jay Petit. Jay Petit. Jay, I'm gonna leave. Jay, we're gonna leave. Well, we've seen friends trap. Okay, I'm leaving. We've seen friends trap other friends in the ghost room, which has always been pretty funny. One of the best ones I've seen of that, if I remember correctly, was Mayor trapping Tom. Asked Mayor, you could see on Tom's stream, because Mayor doesn't stream, you could see Tom was in the ghost room chatting, and then all of a sudden the door's shut. And he's like, I can't open the door. And it's because Mayor trapped him in there to get him murdered. It was pretty great. It was a pretty amazing time. It's a yokai. Next time you have a monkey paw, you're trapping your friend.
Welcome back.
You do you, boo-boo.
Ready for you.
Nice. Oh, how many did I get for that, by the way? Ooh, only 19. Yikes. Wait a minute. Only got 966 for that on because of pro. Eek. You've trapped Coach. Have I trapped Coach using the paw? Have I? Can a mimic still mimic a banshee? Correct. From my understanding, it can. Yeah. Never played with Mayor. Mayor doesn't just do that to everybody. Mayor doesn't just do that to everybody. You got to be super special. You did trap Coach. Oh, but was, oh, no. I tried to trap Coach after what? What happened? Why did I do that? Ask yourself that. All right, let's go to Maple. Why? Because she tried to murder me. That is correct. Correct. All right, no ups, no. Give me. Yeah, payback. We are revengers. I don't purposely go out of the way to try to get someone got unless they try to get me first. Those is the rules. Those is the rules. Hello, Toe. How are you? Season's greetings, my little friend. Oh. Interesting. We know it's here. Goes, he's set in the mood. It just knows that it's cold outside. That's all. Can a mayor light? The mayor, yeah, the mayor absolutely can. The Onryo can't, though. Oh, wait, what's the name of the ghost? Billy. Can't be a Diana. Oh, that's right, because I'm on the event map. It doesn't matter. Ghosty wants schmoz. Hey, Cam, how are you? There you go, Toe. Have a seat. I'll be with you in a minute. We got to go put some stuff down for Ghosty Friend. There are no male-only ghosts as of now that we know of. Will that change at some point? Probably, if I had to guess, but as of right now, no. Did I ever play the original camp, like the original Maple Lodge? Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been playing this game for 4 years. What I like more? I mean, this is more interesting, that's for sure. Question is, though, are you there or are you next to it? Shit, you're having dreams about Phaz? Damn. Well, hello. We'll try this, I guess. Yeah, that should do. It sucks. What sucks? I never found the power. Shit. Played for 4 years and haven't had dreams about Phaz. Why the hell would I need to dream about it? All right, power should be over here, maybe. I could check from the truck. God damn it, I keep forgetting I'm playing on Pro. Used to dream about Fallout. Oh my god. You choose? Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just not in my brain that much when I'm about to go to bed. Oh, it's all the way over by the cabin. God dang it. All right. Let's watch this for a second. We can see the book has the pen, so it hasn't written in the book yet. I had a dream my house was haunted by a Dio. Stop hunting at all, so stop. Oh my god. Sounds awful. All right, nothing. Let's go. Give me this. What is sanity? Oh, we're at 90. We don't need that. We're not going to take that either. We're going to do these things. Let's do these things. Do you know how the trophy upgrades work? If we don't reach level 3, can we? Yeah, that's my understanding, 6foot, is that next year you'll be able to continue earning. Yep. Man, it's so dark. Withering Witch, thank you for the 29 months. Hello, friend. That's how I understand it. Check our temperature. No freezing. Where are you? Where are you?
From behind.
Okay. Get out of there, please. That's all I have. All right, let's go turn on the power. Bob and weave. Bob and weave. Which event is my favorite? The 2023 Halloween event. This is by far my favorite event they've ever done. Power's over here. Let's go get it. All right, had to check. And one for the road. Shit. I tried. My spirit box never tells me where they are. I always get an elderly victim. Ugh. Ugh. All right, now we have power. I'm a little bit confused as to why Ghosty is not giving us much stuff. But yeah, the hunting's good. Not too bad. Ghosties have been, well, there's only been like one thing so far that has been strange. Other than that, everything else has been totally fine. Totally fine. I think it wrote in the book. I think so. Ooh, what's my sanity right now? Ooh, okay. I gotta pay attention to that too. You're asking me how many times I have gotten one specific response on the spirit box, and you think that I'm gonna have an answer to that? Oh yeah, I've been writing it down. It could be a Dio. Right now, I'm not getting the third piece of evidence, whatever the hell it may be. It also might be a Moto, a... Flash doesn't remember what he said 2 days ago. Correct. Well, you know, I have been jotting down all the responses, and I have gotten it 275 times. Dots for Dio. Okay. The old dots for Dio, eh? Where are you?
Taken away.
Taken away. Taken away. Phoenix, it's taken away. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you close? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near?
Was taken away.
Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Where are you?
Taken away.
Nothing special. Who did the voices on the spirit box? All the content creators for the game. Where are you? Are you here?
From behind.
Where are you?
From behind.
Are you here?
From behind.
Where are you?
Far from their.
Where are you?
Found far from their home.
No, you're not. You're a liar. Well, I might be cursed, which is not a bad thing because then it would give it away on the board. Would I want to voice the spirit box? You know, I've thought about it. I thought about asking him. If I ask him, they would probably add it today, to be honest with you. Still getting the female voice sounds when it's a male. Yeah, well, listen. Listen. The responses you're getting on the spirit box are not the ghost. The responses you're getting are not like the ghost's voice transferring through the box and then coming to you. It is supposed to be radio signals that you're picking up to communicate with the ghost. Not communicate with its vocal cords. It's not like, oh, you have a male ghost, so you're only going to get male songs off the radio today. You know what I mean? That's not how these spirit boxes are supposed to work. You should definitely do a right here response. I should probably give that a try. I bet it would be really cool. Didn't know the curse would show up? Well, if your sanity drops, that's what we mean by it would show up on the board. Because if you're cursed and you're sitting in the light, no matter what, you're still losing sanity. As long as you don't take any sanity pills. I mean, sanity pills or drugs or stuff, yeah. I thought you were a voice on the spirit box. I am. I am. I don't know what to do. I might just make it hunt and listen. Honestly, might be the best bet. Might be the best thing to do. Hey, Archie, let's go. Hell yeah. Tell me every time I get right here, I'm listening. Oh yeah. Well, no. There's a few right here's. I'm not the only one. Mine seems to be a very common one. Yeah. What did I say I have for cursed? Did I say I had something for cursed? No? All right, well, there's no Franklin. Maybe it's the Ouija board. It could be. It's not. What the? It's not the music box. It's not Frank. It's not the Ouija board. It's not the monkey paw. It's not the mirror. Oh no, is it the cards? Oh, it might be. I don't think I looked when we went over there. I just went to get power and ran. Oh, it probably is. Oh, darn it. Oh, darn it. Well, it's not. It has to be. I went over where the circle would have been and it wasn't there. Yeah, there they are. Nice. Real cute. Incoming tower hermit disappointment. That sounds about right. Well, we'll give it a try. Got a couple smudgies on me. Yeah, we're good to go. Wheel of Fortune, fool. Tower, useless. Okay, good. That was a full card. Hunting. Sounds pretty normal to me. Although it does sound like it's throwing a lot. Ultraviolet? Okay. I think I have a UV over there. HR chucking stuff. I kind of wish we keep the sounds of the toys being tossed. That would be kind of cool. If they still, like, if the sound still existed after all this. Let's bring you. And yeah, that's it. I have a feeling it might be. Laws, thank you for the 2 months. It was a lot of throws. 'Twas a lot. I'm starting to think this is a little pulte pile around the table. Nah, that's okay. We don't need all that. What we need is to figure out where this thing is walking around so we can place some salt down. We could press our luck. I could always go get motion sensors. I'm just trying to avoid it. All right, you're still there, Hotshot. I see you. I see you. Why is it that you haven't walked in my salts, my little friend? Here, I'll give you one right there. Okay. It's... Oh, now you walk, you asshole? Yeah, we were right. Oh my god, I haven't done anything. Firelight, motion sensor, 3 unique videos. Yikes. Yikes. All right, let's leave this here. Leave that. There we go. At least the firelight and the motion could be 2 of the 3. Yeah. Again, trying to do these a little bit more on the speedy side. A little bit on the speedy side. Firelight, motion, and I have a video camera over there. I could get 2 of these videos right here like this. Right? Take that real fast. Get in there with that. Take one of these. I could always draw cards and see if I could prevent a hunt. Moon! Oh, hi, Moon. Hey, how are you? It was only supposed to be 5 minutes. I don't know what the hell happened. Dude won't go the hell away. Moon! Hi, friend. How are you? Moon! Moon, I don't know what your plans are for Sunday, friend, but there's going to be a portion of time where I'm going to be playing Repo, and you obviously know you're more than welcome, friend. Or shit, even during Phasmo, if you want to. Come on now. There we go. Turn that up. Bullshit. Never mind. Repo? Yeah. Yeah, on Sunday, there's my schedule for Sunday. It's going to be Phaz. We're going to play Rocket League for 1 hour. I'm going to do Solo Peak. Going to do some Repo around 4 o'clock Eastern. Do some more Phaz. Yeah. All the stuff. And if you guys haven't seen it as well, they're the goals for Sunday too. For anybody that hasn't seen it. I haven't posted it anywhere yet. I made it and then showed it here live. All right. Ghosty. What time does it start? Well, on the schedule, 9 a.m. Yeah. So roughly 9 a.m. Eastern on Sunday was when we'll begin. Find the bone? I'm not going for perfect games. I could give two poops about the bone. I don't care. Ghosty, please. Hey, Theo, it has. The holiday has been very, very good to us, for sure. How long? I have no idea. Like Moon said, I was only supposed to be live for like 5 minutes, and then we just kept going. Not even one? No. Not a single, a double, not even a triple. Bone's gonna be in the red tent next to me? All right. I was sitting here waiting on video, and you drew me away. You drew me away. There's no bone in here. You're a liar. You're a liar. You lied. You deceived me. I trusted you with everything I had. Mother. Son of a... Ghost, please. Billy Cray. Holy shit. It just tried to murder me. No. No. I'm trying to record these things. It won't let me record. God damn it. Man. All right. Let's put this over here. You know what? Fine. You want to play games? Let's play games, jerkhole. Fine. Give me the phone. Oh, shield, of course, friend. I appreciate you being here. Burn that bitch. I can't even pick up the pots. This is stupid. This is dumb. Want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Give me the forks. May the fork be with you. Get. all this shit right in the middle. Nope. Put it there. Uh-huh. I'll be honest, I think it did do a Pulte explosion at some point. I think it did. Alright, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of tanks. I think we're going to try our luck with that. Hey! Did you just try to fart on me? I can't. Oh, you got the power, you bitch. How dare. Aiden, welcome in. Come on, do the pile. Hello? Well, that's not helpful. What? Oh, no. Oh, no. It's broked. It's broked. Let's try like this. Maybe this will work. Bitch. That didn't count, did it? Oh, you suck! It started to record and it didn't finish. I hate it here. Do we have a poopy Pulte? We do have a poopy Pulte. We do, we does. Hey, Dragon, welcome in. It's not letting me record items. Hi, B. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do this instead. Don't do that? No, I want to do this. F this. F this. It is rage baiting us. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Such a turd. I was watching the VOD from yesterday because I was Christmas cleaning. Heard some of the fam. Chiefs fans, they are. Born and raised in Kansas City. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, my son is really the Chiefs fan. And then we support him. So it's like, well, we'll root for the Chiefs with you. That's really what it is. It is being a troll. We're going to try and record it from here. I know. I wanted to have faster games and the ghost said absolutely not. You don't get shit. It's fine. Whatever. I didn't want him to be faster anyway. We can sit here next to this cozy fire. Now, oh, it worked. All right, well, now that we're here, I'm going to sit here and hope that we can see all these items get lifted and thrown. Oh, you bitch. Oh, yeah? Night vision. Heat one. Oh, okay, there goes one object. All right, there goes another. Never mind. It's going to disassemble the pile one by one. Great. Great. Single items. Yeah, it's not going to do the actual Pulte pile. Disgraceful. Please? It's shy. We're all the way over here. What do you mean? This is why I don't wait around for this stuff. This is why I just move on. What is the voice recorder for? For recording voices. Is that going to look away? All right. I tell you what, we're going to hit the truck. Yeah, F that. I'm not waiting for that. No. See, Drifter, it's not going to do it. We knew what it was because of how it was throwing stuff, though. It was throwing items like crazy. That gave it away for sure. Back to Nels. Back to Nels. Lady Cab, thank you for the 3 months. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. I might, you know what I might do with how lame the ghosties are being? I might spice it up a little bit. What was I waiting? I was waiting for the Pulte to do a Pulte bomb and it just wasn't doing it. Yeah. I have a video on it, Snappy. You can go watch it on YouTube. It's really, really loud. Any advice for someone who suffers from anxiety who wants to go live? Every time they get ready to go live, they back out of anxiety. One thing that you could possibly do, that I know that some friends do, is they won't use a camera. They prefer not to. So they go live with either a PNG or a V, like they use a VTuber or nothing at all. And they just play the game. Honestly, it's whatever you're most comfortable with. That's my suggestion for you. No camera and a margarita. Shit. There you go. Man, that sounds pretty good. No arm. Thank you for the raid. Hello. Sounds pretty good. I'm not a big margarita guy, but it still sounds pretty great. That's my suggestion. That's what I would do. PNGs are great. I have a lot of friends that use them. It makes things a little bit easier. Makes some people a little bit more comfortable. Yeah. Tips for beginners who like to play alone but don't have people to play with. Oh, who don't like to play alone. Oh, but don't have people to play with. My suggestion would be to check the official Phasmo server to see if people are available. You could check a server like mine to see if there's people available. Those are like, going to Discords and finding servers like that are usually a better route if you're nervous about playing in public lobbies. That's usually my suggestion for that, because I usually have a good experience, but I've run into people that are pretty awful or sucky. And it does happen. Yeah. If you leave your equipment, does it make you rebuy? No. The only time you have to rebuy your equipment is if you die or if you use equipment that is consumable. So like incense. If you use incense, it's consumable. Sanity medication, you have to rebuy those. But you can have it auto rebuy and they're very cheap, so it doesn't really matter. All right, we're going to spice up a little bit. We've been doing Pro and Nightmare, but the ghosties are being dinguses. We're going to spice it up. See how many points we can get. Was watching the 24/7 channel. I saw you said you went to college for theater. I did. Yeah. Did you get to do much with it? No. So I went to college for theater, for acting, and then I stopped because I just did not think that I was ever going to get a real job with it. So I stopped. I did some theater after that, but I didn't do anything professional or anything. Go do some self-care, have some food and whatnot. Have a great stream. Thank you, Norm. Hope you had an amazing stream, friend. Thank you. Say my social anxiety is preventing me from playing multiplayer even though I want to. That, I don't know how to help you. I understand the social aspect of it being a little bit difficult sometimes, so you're just going to have to throw yourself into it. How much money do I have in game? 1.2 million. So I can eat an incense? If you want to. Yeah. Have I ever played an instrument? I have. I can play guitar, piano, a few things. I know a few people that thinks it's bad sportsmanship, but if I get a bad feeling about people in a lobby, I just leave. If you enter a lobby and you hear people talking and you're not feeling it, there's no harm in just leaving. I see nothing wrong with that at all. There's nothing wrong with that. You shouldn't be forced to play with people that are a bit sus because it's the right thing to do. No, it's not. It doesn't matter. Tried multiplayer. I always get trolls, so I just don't anymore. I usually play with friends. Yeah. I'm at the max prestige. Max prestige is 20. Yep. All right. Let's go do some no evidence, no sanity on some of the event maps. We'll start on Nels. Let's see how many points we get with this one and how fast this one is.
All right, we're here.
Even ones you join, sometimes they just leave. And I see nothing wrong with it. I join a lobby and then somebody leaves. Oh, well, back up, try again. So I think they're going to add more prestiges. Maybe. I don't know. We've actually kind of been bugging them a little bit about that. Like what the next thing is for people that are max prestige. You don't want there to be end game, right? Does this map have poor audio triangulation? I don't think it has bad audio triangulation. I think it just has some sounds that really suck. The footstep sound is out of here. It's got to go. When do you think you'll do random again? Probably soon. I don't see why not. Maybe when the event is over, we'll do more of that stuff. All right. No orbicals. No orbicals. Let's go. We're going to do crucifix, smudge, that guy, and what do we need? We need 3 photos, prevent a hunt with the crucifix, and parabolic. Don't mind if I do. Still getting better at the game stuffs. Hell yeah. Welcome in, friend. How are you? Looking forward to Phasmo coming to Switch 2, but not looking forward to losing all the trophies and badges. I hope that they really do add cross progression at some point. I really do. All right. I have no idea where the juice is, but we're going to run in here and go hide. Have I gotten Blood Moon on the winter event? I have. I don't want to have an electronic in my hand when the hunt starts, so I'm watching for when it starts like this. I can see that door shut. Or if it eats this, then we'll relocate. Merry post-Christmas. Hi, Stellar. No? Is the event worth grinding? Oh, that's a you question. Do you think it's worth going for the ID cards and the trophy upgrades? Yeah, it's not a question for me. That's a question for you. Well, no ghost. I guess we can leave. Interesting. Now, here's the question. Is that speed the Obambo speed whenever it is enraged? Don't have a way to play. Wait, what? Have I tried Hunt Showdown? I've played with friends once or twice. It just wasn't one that I got super into. That's all. I had fun. Like, no matter what game it is, honestly, if I'm playing with friends, anything can be fun. But yeah, I definitely didn't hate it. Never played, but love watching. Play often? Sure do. Sure does. Play often, post often. I think it's faster than that. I'll check. I could check the cheat sheet. We'll wait for it to hunt again. Haven't gotten a die-in yet on no evidence. What should I look for? Well, hold please. All right. Oh, you know what I should have done? Shit. Mistakes were made. You know what? I'm gonna start it now. Dumb. I'm an idiot. When I heard the speed, I should have immediately started a 2-minute timer. Because if 2 minutes later it's still that speed, we know what it's not. By the way, we know that we can't have a Banshee or a Dian. Dumb. Let's sit here again. So, with the Obambo, while aggressive, the Obambo is quicker to start hunting. So, whenever it's enraged, when it's aggressive, it will be fast for 2 minutes, and then it will slow down for 2 minutes. It does not sound as fast as like a Thay. Oh my. White chocolate cheesecake. Ooh, I don't like cheesecake, but that sounds great. What I could do, I could use the cheat sheet and tap the speed as well. Funny. I'm just not a cheesecake guy. It's texture. Moroi or a Bombo? Moroi is where I'm leaning. It's not gonna hunt, I guess. All right. 2 minutes is up. If it's still fast, I really needed to hunt. If it's still fast on this hunt, we can say no to the Obambo. Like, come on, dude. I'd say no to the Obambo. Snacking on apple pie. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, shit. Sabrina, thank you for the raid. Nightmare, how are you? Line of sight speed up. Yeah, that's a Moroi. You hear how long it's affected by that incense? That right there is your sign that it's a Moroi. Yeah, real cute. Shut up. Well, technically today is my partnerversary, but we're not celebrating it until Sunday. Yeah. How's stream going? It's good. How was your stream? What'd you play? Was never a cheesecake gal. You know what? There was one singular time I've had cheesecake and thought it was awesome. I don't remember where I was with my wife, but we got these like, no, it was, you know what it was? We were in Disney. That's what it was. And they gave us these little dessert things, like little, almost single serve, but like we were trying a bunch of different stuff and they had that. It was like a lemon. Oh my God. It was so good. I'll try anything. All right. It's a Moroi. It must be, man. It has to be. Hey, TGC. Watching those shorts, I got notified of the stream. Let's go. Disney cheesecake, I guess. I don't know. It came with the meal. Yeah, I thought so. Mickey Mouse cheesecake. Nice. Look at that. 23 points for getting the ghosting and getting one single objective done. Not bad. Let's go do it at Willow. Need to get a die-in? Get it. Now, remember, you can't get a die-in. You can't get it on the event maps. So you have to play on normal maps because all the event maps are male ghosts. Yeah. Hyper! I'm not stuck here with you. You're stuck here with me. Hyper. 27 months for tier 3. What the absolute fuck? The Christmas event is going to end on the 6th. Probably at like 7 in the morning. Eastern time, usually. Playing normal maps, just super unlucky. I understand. I had a friend that on the first day of... Is that how I think that is? Yeah, it is. Hi, Endless. I had a friend who on the first day of it played for 8 hours straight, did not get a single new ghost. Not one. Right, we're getting close to ads. Shit. We might run them early. Might run them early. Hey, Abdul, what's up? I know your favorite map is Willow. Would you say high school is your least? Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, one could say that. Yeah, I have all the achievements. How are you, Endless? What up, homie? Yeah, let's do that. We're going to run ads here in a minute, friends. I think that's the plan. Sabrina, if you need a raid and run, thank you so much. I appreciate you bringing your community over. Thank you, friend. When you hear the wall, I know it's you, Endless. You're the only person that's going to play that. I'm good. I'm doing well. The big campsite's the worst? No, nay, lies. Worse than high school? Absolutely not. No shot in hell. Speed run? You know what? You're right, I could. You know what? You're right, I could. We could do that. Let's try to speed run this one before they happen. Benjamin Wilson, crucifix, parabolic, and capture a video at a ghost. Maybe. Maybe, possibly, probably, maybe. I don't know. Let's do this. Of course. No, I appreciate you coming over. Back what I miss. Something. Let's get our crucifix out. Light on. Ghost post. What the absolute hail? I need crucifix, right? Yeah, let's go back there. Okay. I think it started over here. You hate high school. Why is that exactly? Because the map is awful. The map sucks. It's very repetitive. It's boring. Oh, well, I'm not going to be able to record you doing that, am I, hotshot? Eat the crucifix so I can leave, please. Was that not a miling? No, I know it sounded quiet, but the speed gave it away. Yikers. Thank you. The speed of the ghost gave away that it wasn't a miling. I could hear this like... It might be a Hantu, honestly. Here. Oh, sad. Oh, there's another one in here. Hot diggity dog. You're right. A Hantu would be faster in its room. Maybe it's starting its hunt outside of the room. Because look. There's no line of sight speed being gained here. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, you scared me. Oh, my God. He came back. Oh, I thought he was going to get me. It's not funny. So it's not gaining speed with line of sight. It's extraordinarily slow. That was scary. Let's go turn the power off. I wasn't expecting him to turn around, all right? Can any of the new ghosts be like that? Yeah, to see the Hantu breath, the power has to be off. Workbench garage. I could probably hit that real fast. Did you? Oh, no. Are you saying it could be? Because I don't see one here now. Over there. All right. My favorite ghost is a mimic. Maybe Obambo. Oh, no. The Obambo has line of sight speed. This ghost does not. Let's get a couple more smudges. Let's get a flashlight because the power's off. Do I like Sunny Meadows? Oh, of course. I love Sunny Meadows. I remember my first ever game on Sunny Meadows. It was so good. This is going to be dangerous, by the way. The reason it's going to be dangerous is because I turned that power off early. So that means it's going to be getting colder and colder and colder. I think it's a Hantu. Yep. Yeah, I saw it stinky. I saw it stinky breath. That's absolutely a Hantu. All right. Well, I'm glad we went in and checked. I didn't just gun it because if we would have been wrong, that would have sucked. All right. Haunt 2 was watching the 24/7 channel. What made you want to do what made you not want to do the green screen anymore? You know what it was, I think? And you know, and I think about that sometimes, Juju, about how sometimes I almost wish I still used it because I could have a lot of fun with it. I think the reason I stopped using it was a couple reasons. One, I wanted to be able to show off the things in my room. Two, I got annoyed setting it up and taking it down every day. Yeah. I think that's mainly why. Do I miss it sometimes? Yes. Yeah. High School and Sunny Meadows are both massive maps. Of Sunny Meadows. Oh, Sunny Meadows is so much more enjoyable. Absolutely. That it mimics only a Hantu? Yeah, that would suck. Look at that. 2 objectives and the ghost, and we got 34 event points for that. Sheesh. This is the way to go. Hot diggity dog. All right, let me back out of this real fast and see what it's like. Time for bed. Good night, Callie.
Like prepared some jobs for you.
83%. We're moving. We're moving. We're grooving. All right. I'm running ads, friends. I do 3 minutes every hour. Don't stress it. I will be RB after 3 minutes. Yeah, it's ads time. Yep. Ads were creeping at the door. We might as well go ahead and do them now. That's almost exactly how much I am for the upgradable trophy. I haven't focused as much on it. Like trying to upgrade the trophies. I probably should, but I haven't. That's all. There's no like massive incentive for it or anything other than the upgraded trophy itself. Do they redo Tanglewood? Did they? Oh, no, next year. Little Town Soldier next year. Yep. Yep. Got the badge. I think that was me too. I was more concerned with getting the badge than I was the trophy. Yeah. How do you store your Christmas ornaments? What do you mean? How do I store them? In a box? Sweet, I had misinformation. Oh, did somebody tell you that it was coming? They might have been mistaken. Oh, do I chuck it in a box? No, well, I mean, it depends on how delicate it is. Yeah, if it's delicate, then yeah, we will wrap it and do all that stuff. If it's not, then I will put it into a box. I don't just chuck it in there. Yeah. Hey, Mike. Can't wait for the new updates. Me either, man. It's going to be so great. There's going to be so much awesome stuff coming to the game. The ornaments that I have on my tree here, I put all together and separately in a box. So like I'll take all the ornaments, all the name ornaments off of this tree, and then I'll probably put them in like a bag or something like that. And then label it 2025. Hey, Shawshank, Christmas was great. How was yours? People are saying the Shade can't do singing events. Is this true? From our experience of testing, it seems to be true. There's been no official announcement from Phasmo themselves, but I have a feeling that they wouldn't tell us that information. But from what I've seen, unless you can show me a clip where you have a Shade that is actually singing in the middle of a investigation, no, they can't. Do you think a rework will be also come next year for Edgefield? Probably. I think so. The reason I say that is because on their Trello, they list out maps that they want to redo. I'm thinking that they probably want to revamp those maps before 1.0 releases. Yeah. What is the 24/7 channel? Do exclamation point 24/7. There you go. Thank you, Mayor. That's the one. That one has been playing holiday VODs for the past day or two, and it's going to stay that way for the next couple of days. Wonder if they'll put more voices for the ghost. Oh, the actual sound. Oh, probably. I would imagine they would. Tips on how to get killed by a demon within a minute. Well, I tell you what, this is what I would do. I don't remember the exact settings that people use for this, but I'll show you roughly what you want to try to do. If you're above level 50, are you above level 50, Artie? How do you feel about the new Tanglewood remake? I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I'm not disappointed, or I don't dislike anything about the idea at all. I think it's awesome. An asset map that is made from licensed things that they did not make themselves. Can't stay, man. It's got to go. So what I would do if I were you, because you're above level 50, you said you're prestige 2, is I would make a custom where the ghost can't hunt you instantly. The thing about getting the demon achievement is that you need the ghost to hunt you naturally and use its ability, right? So you need this to be as natural of a hunt as possible. So what you do is you probably want to set it on professional, player speed, You want to set your sprinting infinite, player speed 150, and then lose consumables off, right? And then you want to go to ghost, activity level high, event frequency low. You don't want to be within that timer and then it events on you, but activity being high is probably a higher chance, right? Normal ghost speed, if you wanted to, you could set it to 100. You could set it to 150 because then the ghost is faster and can get to you that way. But if you do it like this, right? You're not getting any money for it. That doesn't matter. You're not worried about using any sort of cursed possessions or anything. What I would do is I would go to Edgefield. And this is what I would do. I would have a timer ready, right? Have a timer ready. So you go in the door. Second you open it, hit your 60-second timer and wait. Or what you could do, actually, no, you know what you do? Use the mirror. Figure out where it is. Unless you don't want to risk it. What you could do is bring sanity with you and take the sanity after looking in the mirror. The ghost is here. Or was it here? It was here. And then wait 60 seconds. If the ghost doesn't hunt you, leave. Do it again. Yep. After a minute, get out. Yeah, poor Phoenix. Poor Phoenix hasn't gotten this yet. We hear you. Oh, look, the bone. Hey. Did you see? No, did you get it? Did you get it and I wasn't there to see it? Phoenix, I swear to God. 4, 3, 2, 1, and I leave. Oh, Camp Woodwind is probably a really good place for that too. That's actually a really good point. Here, let's, hey, you know what? I'm not even gonna waste my time. I'm not even gonna waste my time. Hot mail.
Welcome back.
Woodwind probably would be better for this. You go like this. The ghost can see you from all around the map. It's a very fair point. Very fair. You get in there, take a sanity with you, right? Start your timer, 60 seconds. I could, oh no, it's a random cursed object. Shit, that's okay. Whatever, it's fine. It doesn't matter. 150 ghost speed. I had it on 100, but I guess I could set it to 150. Gonna be honest, I don't think, ever since I got the demon achievement the first time, I don't think a demon has killed me like that since. It's over here. I hear it. Yep. But I could have set the mirror. Then I would know where the ghosty is every time. Ooh, a hand. Ooh, a hand. I hear you. How fast 2 days ago? Still can't loop? Why would you need to loop the ghost within 2 days of having the game? Who told you, hey, if you can't loop, you're shit? Why the sanity? I was going to use the mirror and I realized that I don't have all the cursed possessions on. All right, 60 seconds is up. We go. Hi, Darren. All right, what ghost is it? It's very lightly active. It's probably a stupid spirit. Probably a dumb spirit. This is why they're taking away our kitchen. Probably. Our kitchen spot? Yeah. Oh, no. Our sweet little Dio. Oh. Here, we'll go switch this. So if I go to contract and I add, oh, whoops. And I add all the cursed possessions. Now I just have them all just for shits and kicks. And then we'll set the ghosty to $150. Okay. And then actually, you know what? Hold on. We can make this a little bit better. Changing your favorite room. Don't. Activity level high, event frequency low, friendly ghost off. Cool deal. All right. We go back inside. Let's see. Do I have random weather? Oh, I must. I must. Didn't mean to. The rain might get annoying, but I don't know. You might want to. Okay. You might want a variety. Lovers. I could start with the power on if I wanted to. All that stuff. But yeah. And then I just wait. 60 seconds. Hey, Curly. How are you? Hello, hello. Car, thank you for the follow. Zenith, thank you, thank you. Salted, welcome, hello. Hello. What up, Rev? We had a friendo that was asking about the demon achievement. Getting hunted by the demon. Or getting killed by the demon achievement in the first 60 seconds. So we were showing possible ways to expedite the process. This Sunday, you're getting the 10 weekly achievement. Nice. The demon one sucks because it is completely RNG. But there are ways to help it. Like if I wanted to, I could say 60 seconds are up. Okay, well, then I'm out. And then we could do it like this. This is faster. This is even faster. Then I go back inside and do it again. Right? Get that, and go. Yellow tent. And I wait. The way I did was setting my sanity 75, no sanity drain. Yeah, but again, the ghost, the demon using its ability means that it can hunt you at any sanity. So setting your sanity to a lower sanity doesn't really matter. Oh, I never set my timer correctly. Shit. Yeah, I threw it. F that bear. Your friend got it on accident? I know people that got it the day they added achievements. I didn't get it for months. But there's nothing you can do about it. That is the bear that makes that noise. That is correct. That is correct. Yeah, gross, isn't it? Yeah, the only problem, if you lower your sanity, the issue you could run into is that if you have an early hunter ghost that's not a demon, it could kill you. That's the issue. Should set up the breaker to always off so that the ghost RNG has one less option to try to trigger. Oh, its ability early. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. And timer's up and I leave. Now, this is what, I mean, this would be the way to do it. If you don't care about money and you just want to try to get that demon achievement, this would be the way. This would be the way. I'm not going to do this all night. I just wanted to try a few times to see if we could get it. Yellow again. Nope. Not today, Satan. Just in case you turn the power on. Did I get mine on accident? No, actually. No, I spent a stream doing something like this. Literally spent a stream doing something like this. Hey, JB, what's up? Disable the loadout? No, you can just turn it off. Turn off the ability to lose any money on the contract. Then it doesn't matter. The bear didn't deserve that hate. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you listening to the stream without sound on? Spent one of the streams doing it. Yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it because I got it in less than like half of a stream. Yeah, nothing. Nope. The bear deserves every bit. Oh yeah, for that sound? Ugh. Ugh. He's got wheels. Run. I wish to leave. Can I make it? Can I make it? Oh, I died. I tried. Into the truck. Probably mayor. Yep, that adds up. So close. Bye-bye, driver. Oh, it was a phantom. I wasn't paying attention.
Job's ready for you.
Damn. Super Sag. Super Sag. Well, I tried, man. It is what it is. It's fine. But yeah, that's honestly, that's how I would do it if I were you. All right, let's go back to it. The smaller maps are really the way to go if we're trying to do this. Let's go back to Nels. You're very welcome, friend, of course.
All right.
Of course.
Take a look at the equipment and from there.
Give. Oh, we don't need a flashlight. We need a smudge. We need crucifix and maybe an objective.
Will help you in
Firelight would be nice. Firelight? A little bit of firelight. Does he read this chat? I do. Yeah, I read all of them. Yeah, because you were over on the purple side. Getting timed out like every 3 minutes. What are we getting to eat? What are we getting to eat? Bro, it is 10:51 p.m. for me. What are we getting to eat? All right. And we wait. You're at a diner. That doesn't mean you have to eat just because there's food at a location. Fine, we'll get a waffle. Whatever. You're going to a diner at 10:51. Yeah, to let a ghost try to murder me. A late night snack. Ghosties out there. Hey, ghosties. Cheeseburger? That does sound good. I was gonna make burgers. Not a Ure? Oh, Jesus Christ, that scared me. I was gonna make burgers tomorrow, but I think we're gonna wait because we're having a Christmas dinner with her mom. Panic mode. Activate. It caught me off guard. I wasn't ready. Did it walk over to us? Tis the question. Been watching that every single night. Oh, Pog, I appreciate you. Demon Cruci Rain? I know. Imagine this is the demon we get. What? Okay. So now it's over there? What? Someone gets time. Oh, the go. Oh, I know. It's so Hero. It's so funny. I love it. It's the best. Dude, you have. Did you just pull T-bomb when I was not even here to see it? Oh. Despicable. Did you hear the abuse that happened in this room? These poor animals. Holy shit. Okay. You suck so much ass. It did it twice. I hate it here. I'm leaving. 2 times. I was looking literally the other direction and it did it. It's not like it murdered a cow. A little bit. Backlit. Valkyrie, welcome in. Son of a bitch. Very angsty. Why? All right, it's got to be a Pulte. Do I want to go back in? Video. I mean, I could, maybe we could try. Let's give it a whirl. All right. I've got smudgies. I got another crucifix. Yeah, that'll be fine. You wouldn't give it, I mean, I did give it a snack. What do you think it just ate? Are those actually capybaras or bears? They're apparently bears, but we refuse to say that it's a holiday bear. We refuse. It is a holiday capybara, and you're not going to tell us any other way. Run. We refuse. All right. It does sound like cows. I prefer the term crappy barbara. Crappy barbara. Why can't I pick up any of this shit? Crappy Barbosas. You know what? I should put these on the table. It's all right. I know. Deepest apologies. I know. It's bad news bears. I know. I know. It's got to happen. I'm sorry. Oh. There we go. Dude, that wasn't even on you. Okay. So sensitive. You're just as bad as the Pulte. Nuh-uh. You don't say that. Oh, elves in a Pulte. I need video, but I need it to event. Also, I'm sorry. Where was my crucifix? It dodged this? Come on. That's some bullshit. Hello? Try holding the crucifix upside down so he thinks you're on his side. Great White Buffalo. Great White Buffalo. I love that movie. Do it. I'll give you a donut. Oh, hey, there's extra items over there. I did want salmon. Okay, that's a different movie. Sweating's bullshit. Hey, let's go. I did it. Run. You bitch. It did the thing. All right. See, a little bit of patience goes a long way. Look what happened. Did you record? No. I need to record the ghosty. Oh, my sanity is absolutely destroyed. There was at least 10 to 15 items in that pile. Gotcha, bitch. I witness a ghost event. There's nothing I can do. You looked away. It did it like 4 times, but only one time it actually did it while we were watching. The other times it waited till I was away or looked away. I was sitting in this room and we heard the explosion go off. But those poor capybaras. Hey, can you do an event real fast? Hey. Hello? I'll play a game with you. Never mind. I'm leaving. I'm gonna give you to the count of 3 to get your lion ugly. Oh, look at the glow on the hand. Man, I wish we could play it. Okay, but no event? Whatever, I'm leaving. No, it's over. 1, 2. Taking my burnt smudge with me. You know, I was going to get that for my wife for Christmas. I was going to get her a novelty version of that movie, that tape. I still have next year. It's a possibility. All right, Pulte. Well, you gave yourself away. Very much so. So we out of there. Still sad we're gonna lose our back-breaking janky models. Yeah, I can respect and understand the sadness for losing those ghosts for the player models. I agree, and I understand. It does suck, but we don't know what the new ones are like yet. Okay. Mini games inside of an arcade machine in a ghost puzzle game? Yeah. You tell me why it is that those arcade machines are not playable and sitting inside of this lobby right now. You tell me. Because if you want to describe missed opportunity, I have one for you. We should have that here. Think about what we have in Point Hope that we don't have here. There's no chessboard in this lobby. There's no darts. The only thing that we have is this. This is what we have. Pool table. Imagine actually being able to play pool. No sausages. No Jan. No Johan. No Larry. Disgusting. All right, let's try this at Grafton. It's going to be dark AF, dude. Maybe nicer looking models with the same movements. Maybe. No upside down fridge, no Bruce. I know. There's a lot of things we're going to lose. I know. All right, crucifix, smudge. And this time we need video, parabolic. Ooh, parabolic would be a good one. That'll be a good one. Although it's dark as shit. I mean, if I can get the lights on before it decides to kill me. It's going to be a stretch if I'm going to be able to do that, though. Because that's all the way over there. Can sure try, though. Tips for finding the new ghosts. The same way you would find the other ones. Wonder if they're ever going to increase the stamina. I don't think so. I feel like if they increase the stamina, it's going to be overpowered. Sounds pretty normal. Old McCrampus had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Seems like a normie. That tree isn't very lit up. Yeah, I mean, you know, it could use a little love. Listen, I will take this tree over nothing. Okay, better than right, better than last year. I would think that seemed fast. But maybe next year we'll get like string lights instead of just like random blinky lights, you know? Probably worth as much as the house, probably. Let's see. Oh, I did a bad timer. Did you get the power, you bitch? Oh. No, it seems very normal speed. This doesn't seem like a Hantu. Down here? No, it's upstairs. Bitches. Yeah, last year was very minimal. They added lights to the tinsel, and this year they added trees. They've been doing more and more every single time. Didn't seem to speed up with that electronic, but I don't know if I was close enough. The naughty or nice list is new. That was not here last year, no. Oh no, dude, I think this still might be a demon. I'm not 100% sold on it though. You haven't seen it? Have you not opened the game since they've done the event? I would recommend it. It's pretty cool. The naughty or nice list stuff is pretty great. All right, let's see. I hate it here. I don't know. I'm torn. What mic do I use? This is a Shure SM7B. Oh no. What do we think, ladies and germs? What do we think? Good night, Luna. Good night. Like Phantom? I don't think so, man. I think it was coming to me. Maybe, I mean, yeah, I was sort of leaning a little bit towards yokai there for a second too. I think it started to come to me at the end there. We'll find out here in a second. demon. We're not doing extensive testing by any means. We could be. It's been a long time since you played Phas. Oh, well, depending on how long ago you played, there's been a lot of changes. That first initial hunt that it did after the other one felt really fast. Bitch. Okay, we can get out of here. I'm gonna go demon, even though I'm not 100% on that. This map is so effing dark. It is so dark. The last one, when they introduced the level of the item. Oh, geez. Yeah, it's been a long time. Hey, Lazy, how are you? Let's try. I'm not sold on that. Lone Wolf. My Christmas was good. Kiddos had a wonderful time. How about you? Game of free smudge? You know, just trying to be kind. Oh, it was the complete opposite.
I've got some jobs ready.
That would have sucked. Gross. Ugh. Gross. Ugh. Let's go to Willow. Ugh. Hey, Cosmo.
We've arrived. Check the equipment.
I was planning to go to bed, then I started wiping down my desk and Clorox wipes, with Clorox wipes because I've been so sneezy. Oh no. Oh no.
Go and take a closer look. Maybe using it to
Would be interesting if Kinetic added more unique weather buffs to certain ghosts. Blood snow for Hantu or like, oh, that'd be cool. That would be pretty sick. Yeah, it was a shade. Disgusting. I know. I know. All right, let's go in here. Let's see. Incense, motion sensor. Okay, well, we can get a motion sensor in there. Get a crucifix, run into the front, turn the light on, and hopefully not die. See you, dragon. Can't complain. Got Silent Hill 2 remake and Alan Wake 2. Nice. Hey, power's up here. Hey, what up, Kevin? How are you? Hunting. Oh, Lord, it's coming. That's a revenant. Yep, I'll take it. Kind of fell asleep, but it's okay. I'm alive again. No, no, no. If you're falling asleep, go to bed, dude. You think it's a Dio? Roger that. Okay. You write that down in your journal. Let me know how it goes. It could be, technically, it could be a mimic. But we're not going to stick around to find out. Love when the ghost makes it obvious. It's fun when they go back and forth between very obvious ghosts and ghosts that you're not sure about, you know?
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Yeah. On vacation? Oh, but you can't be. Okay. Oh, okay. What is my fastest game? I don't know. Less than a minute. Revenante. That is 28 points in a minute 19. Nice. Let's leave and see where we are now.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
89%. I kind of want to go back to Willow. Willow's kind of the jam, man. I mean, it's my favorite map, and it's also an event map right now, and we're doing the 10-12s. Kind of want to do it.
Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting.
Need to escape a Revy? We'll do it. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Be careful.
Tips for no evidence. Make sure that you have an understanding of how to get rid of each ghost one by one, or confirm each ghost one by one. Honestly, is one of the best pieces of advice. So like playing on Nightmare and then being able to narrow down the ghost. Are you really comfortable doing it that way? I love when the ghost makes it. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. And we go. Sounds like a normie. of shade. That seem uber aggressively throwing shit. Is it just me, or did that feel very pulty? Does the glass door block line of sight? It sure does. Ghosts can't see you through this. Cannot. Where was Ghosty? All the way in the back left, right? Oh, that was an event? Oh, what a hooker. Thanks for the confirmation. Well, wasn't that just delectable? The ominous door creak, yeah, but that let us know it wasn't a Ure. The Pulte deciding to do a Pulte ability kind of gives it away a little bit more. Honorable, thank you for another merch giveaway. If you guys type ! Enter on the purple side, you could win a sticker. You could win a sticker. He chucked it. He sure did. Wow. I do not get Pulte. Watch. I don't get Pultes that do it very, very often. I don't know what the hell's going on. I do not know. All right. Started playing shit that I don't have. How many Pultes is that? Is that 2 or 3? At least 2. 2 guaranteed. I think it might be 3. 3? Yeah. 3 Pultes. 3 Pultes. And that's another 25 points. Nice. Archmage! GG's, enjoy the sticker. Honorable, thank you. Thank you, friend. New here, what was the enter? It was for merch. There was, somebody started a merch giveaway. Yeah. Welcome in, friend. All right, what am I at now? I don't know. Let's go again. Listen, event maps on Willow, this is what I really should be doing. Because this is my jam. The Willers. All right, let's get set up. Let's get Crucifix, Smudge. And then we have Crucifix, Sound Recorder, and Event. Oh, well. I could try my luck. Only gotten Pulte 2 times. You played for a year? Jesus Christ. How many games have you played in a year? Tell you what, while the music's going, we'll get more shit to the door. Good night, Artsy. Captain Goose, thank you. Thank y'all for the follows. Welcome in, friends. If you are not already a part of the Discord server, I have one. There's a looking for group channel in there. We've got a lot of Phasmo information in there. If you're looking for somewhere just to hang out. Also, side note, Sunday, today is technically my partnerversary. 5 years ago today, I became a partner on Twitch. However, we are not celebrating it until Sunday. So that is the schedule for Sunday. Very simple, easy to the point. It is also always up for change. Like, it could always possibly change depending on what things are going on. This is the loose schedule, okay? And then we also have all of our goals set up too. So we have everything on there from merch giveaways to having to play Dicks for Phasmo again, which we haven't done in over a year. Getting pied in the face, another 12-hour stream, all kinds of fun stuff. All kinds of stuff. So it is all there. Thank you, friends. Thank you. You can throw your shit through the door. Correct. Absolutely. Pie in the face by the kiddos again? Correct. Yep. All right. Let's turn that off. Let's get a flashlight while we're here because, well, we can. Get another one of those. I've already got a sound recorder in there, a crucifix. We need to wait for an event. I'm going to grab an extra smudge. Can you stop planning things when we're busy? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's fine. No. I'll base it around whenever you want. No. It's okay. could at least say thank you. Thanks. You're welcome. Not a gin? Jesus. I did. I know, but it was delayed. Boner. Is it going to be an actual pie or just whipped cream? I mean, I could do an actual pie. I didn't want to be wasteful. You know? That's usually why it's like that, because I don't want to waste a pie. All right, probably not a yokai. All right. Hey, Buster Chugs, how are you? Eat it off your face. I'm sorry. Is that what you normally do? Bunch of pie hits the floor and you're like, game on? Wasting a pie is silly, and whipped cream makes the mess easier and has better face sploosh. Right. Agreed upon 5,000,000%. I am with Mel on this one 100%. Yeah. Finally finished the challenge. Only took 1,000,000 tries. Yeah, this week was rough. Honestly, we would have gotten it in 3, but my servers crashed on me twice, so there was nothing I could do about it. Mads, thank you for the 3 months, friendo. Seeing his face covered in blueberries or something would be fun. Don't enjoy a nice floor pie? No, floor candy's a different story. Squirty cream? God damn it. Did they change how it sounds when you walk in the diner? It's louder. That mother effer was inside the tree. Oh, I could have recorded that sound, son of a bitch. Ranch pie. That's awful. That is awful. What is wrong with you? Ranch pie. Oh my God. That smell would last for weeks. For weeks. I don't know what this is, man. Oh Lord, they're coming. I probably recorded right. There we go. You hooker. Would you pick a fucking direction? God damn it. This dirty son of a bitch. Oh, you're gonna hunt. Uh-oh. Boner. Is that a Moroi? No. No, I don't think so. Ranch soda pie. Ugh. A lot of door touches. It touched this door, right? That's a hat. That's a partial touch. If it touched that door, then it's not a Yurei. Mustard pancake. That should be the consequence for failing solo peak. A mustard pancake. Oh, hey. I don't know what ghost this is. I might need to go get another crucifix, though. So we can figure out where it's camping. Yeah, yeah. That might be the plan. Alright. me this. Give me this. Give me... Oh, I don't even know. You don't feel like you teleportatied. How do I feel about pineapple on pizza? It's fine. I don't order it, but I don't give a shit. You think it's stalking me? I don't. I kind of don't. Don't know why all the hate for mustard pancakes. It's just one step removed from a corn dog. Yeah, but it would be like a syrup corn dog with mustard. Not a mayor. Oh, my game for... Oh, I'm stuck. Okay, fine. Why are you? Check for bonus orbs? Maybe. I'm going to get a couple smudges on me for right now. Let's get back in that room because it's going to eat that cruci. I'm going to leave that for you and take this with me. I need to make sure it's not like stuck in the corner or some shit. I got to make sure. If it events over here, I'll smudge it. Okay. F it. Salt down during a hunt. That says it right there. We did have salt down during a hunt. Possible wraith. Yeah. You know what? Taking this with me. Wraith confirmed. Did some of my first ever sanity. No sanity, no evidence runs. Had help, but it was fun. Hell yeah. It is a tough thing to get into, but it's fun to try. I don't like to do them all the time. I just like to do them occasionally, but they can be fun. They can be a lot of fun. You don't have to wait for the ghost to get active. It's just instantly ready to go. How you turn off the captions? You probably click on the screen. Why does the music keep pausing?
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
You should be able to click on the screen and turn them off. Rafe, 33 extra points. And where does that put us in the scheme of things? When does a Galu not step in salt again? Doesn't the Galu not step in salt whenever it is? Because if you look at the, hold on, where are we? Oh, no. Using protective equipment pushes the ghost to become enraged, weakening equipment effects. So once you use the protective equipment, salt, whatever, it will become enraged. And once it's enraged, then it won't walk in it. Yeah. So as soon as it steps in it once, then it will not step in it again until it becomes normal again. So there you go. Yeah. How far are we? 93. Wait, am I actually 93? Hold on, let's back up. They can't stack? No.
Welcome back. There's some
Oh, 97%. I'm almost there. I would like to at least get that done today. That'd be nice.
We've arrived. Check Check the equipment.
for a few seconds after being enraged. I'm pretty sure while it's just enraged in general. I believe so. Now, it's still a new ghost. I'm still getting used to it. I don't remember all the things about it. It's going to take some time to remember everything. Firelight, photo camera, video camera. Well, that sounds like a firelight to me. Going for the upgrade number 2? Yeah. Yeah. Where's the upgrade number 1? Whichever one. All right, let me make sure this is in the right order. I want crucifix and then smudge. Crucifix, smudge. Phasmonte. Boner. Zero's cheat sheet says there's a delay for the salt. Oh, okay. Hey, Opal, how are you? Not a yokai. Speeds up on line of sight. Is a wizard. Power's downstairs. Yikes. Yikes. That's where the ghost is. You're a hairy wizard. Yeah, blinks look normal. Everything looked pretty normal. Well, we've got those lights on now, too, so we can watch. Look pretty normal. Yeah, see that right there? Definitely not a yokai. Very delayed. Okay. I'm going to go get... I'm going to go get the other firelights. I don't know. It hasn't blown that firelight out yet. It might be just by chance. Mads, thank you for the 3 months. Too slow for the Moroi? Yeah, it would have been instantly speedy. It would have been speedy AF. Actually, let's bring one of those and bring one of these. Yeah, instantly, but it was not. Shades will not blow out the firelight while it's in the same room with you. A little sus. Little sus. One smudge. Let's get more. Ghost has horrible vision but amazing hearing. Oh, I've been asking for that for a long time. If they decided to add more Ghost, it's definitely something that they would be able to do. All right, I've got those. Might as well bring the photo camera, because why the hell not? Bring the photo camera, bring the video camera. Fuck it. Veg it. My bad's trying to creep in. We're going to get past him, though. Hey, Troy, Christmas was good. Kiddos had a blast. Phone's in here, right? All right. We're ready, Ghosty. Reverse Haunted would be fun. Speeds up in warmer rooms. Yeah, they do have a lot of ghosts that they could just do the opposite, and it would make it interesting because you're so used to the other ones, right? Still normal speed. And it takes a minute for it to get up here too. Might have to start making my way downtown. Might have to. Yeah, this is zero sanity, zero evidence. Yeah. Does that controller have fingerprint smudges on it? does. Yeah, it's a 1012. Yeah, exactly. Is it a shade? It could be. Yeah, I know. I have 3 firelights in this room and it hasn't blown out a single one while it's in the room with me. It's possible. It doesn't mean that it is. I didn't smudge it. It's just being very tame. Come on. Yeah, I showed the multiplier earlier. Check for orbs? No, I didn't. The ghostie's been acting the same on every hunt, though, which is making us lean more towards it anyway. Football, sounds like you need to go report it to the Phasmo server if you're having issues. Instantly. Come on, come. This way. This way. You know what? Let's go for it. It still possibly is just a butthole and is just deciding not to interact with those. However, we're going to go with it based just on that and see what happens. Let's see. Is throwing things in your room if that matters? Yeah, but I don't think it matters in the middle of a hunt.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
It only matters outside of a hunt. $24 points. Nice, nice. Ads are about to start, friends. Just a heads up.
Welcome back. There's
Did
some jobs ready for you.
we do it? Yeah, we did. What's the upgrade look like? I don't know what the upgrade is. Dimitri, thank you for the 25-month Prime. Gonna be honest, friends. I don't know what the trophy upgrade is. Have to completely restart? Oh, do you really? Nuh-uh. Or can I just go like this and then go like this?
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
There it is. Oh, look, it's got presents and a snowman. There it is. Now we know. I went into a lobby and came back out. Oh, look, it's so festive. So there's our first upgrade. Nice. All right, ads are playing, friends. Yeah, it worked. No, I don't know what the first, I mean, based on my thing, based on this, I'm on trophy upgrade number 2, right? Which means I would go from 2 to 3, which means that the first one is probably without the wreath. Lady Nerd, thank you. Is that right? I don't even know. Actually, you know what? I do know. Hold on. Is it the confetti? Maybe. Let me go to the cheat sheet real quick. It had the wreath already? Let me see. Yeah, there were no upgrades last year, but then why does it say, if you look at the event, trophy upgrade 2 to 3, or is it, I don't, this is confusing. I don't know why the music keeps stopping. I don't know what that's about. Or is it telling me that I'm working on 2 and 3 right now? Is that what it's saying? Why does that keep happening? Spotify, are you okay? On number 2. I'm on 2 of 3. So I was already on trophy upgrade 1 before. Do you see what I mean? Why that sounds confusing? I feel like the trophy itself, was the skull, whatever, with the head with the wreath. It's showing you progress for the next upgrade. Right. See, there you go. So that makes sense. Okay. So if you look at this, yeah, I don't know why it says 2 and 3. I guess I understand that it's going to get to the next part, but really it should just say trophy upgrade 2. This is your progress towards that upgrade, not 2 and 3. Yeah. Good night, poet. Yeah. Okay. I understand. I don't know if they have pictures of these. Oh, they might. No. Stage 2 reward. Oh, he does have photos of it. Or he's got stage 2 reward 2. I'll wait. I'm not going to look at it. Yeah. No, it's not saying 2 out of 3. It's saying trophy up. Well, maybe it is. You could be right, actually. Bomber, that might be correct. But whatever it is, it's showing you what we're working on, which is the next one, which is number 2. Yeah. With the cheat sheet. Oh, he made this cool little picture. Look at this cool little picture he made. Look at this. Look at this. You see that? Look at this cool little picture he made. For the naughty or nice list thing. He put the images of the items next to what the symbols are. That's nice. See ya, Peanut Brittle. Have a good one. How rad is that? That's all in the cheat sheet. Yeah, that's too freaking good. I love it. Lizard, thank you for the 2 years. Lady Nerd, welcome over, friend. Welcome over. All right. Friends, it's 11:40. We're going to call it there. Sunday is going to be the big, long 12-hour stream. That is going to be the partnerversary stream that is going to be 12 hours long, starting at 9 a.m. and going all the way until 9 p.m. This is the schedule for that day. As of now, it might change. Start with Phaz. After lunch, go to Rocket League for an hour. You know, our yearly Rocket League. And then those are the goals. Super excited. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Oh, that's okay, Matthew. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you. I was practicing a bit. Oh my God. I do not play. I do not play until it's this time of year. Yep. But yeah, I'm going to make sure that Dixper is at the ready just in case we do hit that. If we hit the playing with viewers, it's literally going to happen tomorrow. I mean, Sunday. So that will happen on that day. And if we get to the chat chooses game, depending on when that happens, might also happen on the same exact day. So TBD. I don't know. But we shall see, friends. All right. I'm going to stop things over on the tube and the talk. Thank you, friends. All the loves. It's going to be fun. The design for the 5-year partnerversary has been done for a while. It is at the ready. You played a bit. Oh, that is true. Touche. That is true. That was like a bonus. That's a very good point. Chat chooses game. Is there a certain set of games? No. Chat chooses game as in you guys choose whatever game I play that day. Again, if it happens later in the day, then it would be another day where it would happen. It can be anything. Oh no, if it's something that I can download and it is something within terms of service, the world is our oyster. It can be literally anything. It can be, I'd prefer it not to be something. We've already done Hello Kitty. Been there, done that. Nice try. Nice try. Been there, done that. I have not played. Have I played it on stream before? I've played it with like Coach and a few others and like Heavy and Kill. Yeah. Air traffic sim. I'd play. Listen, if you guys voted for Tree Simulator, guess what? I would be Tree, whatever the hell that is. You know, Pal World. I've done it, but I mean, if it got picked, then yeah, I gotta restart like Spotify or my computer or something. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. All right, let's get out of Phas. It just keeps stopping, and I don't know what the hell's going on. Are you okay? Yeah, so what I'll probably do for that day, if we reach that point, what I would probably do is I would probably open up a channel in the server and put a very tight time limit for how long people would get to recommend games. Probably. And then maybe let the mods choose what it is. Oh my God, Dead of Night. I haven't played that. Yeah. Listen, I'm not putting restrictions on it either. If it's a game we've played before, it's a game we've played before. But as long as it's a game that I can easily get a hold of, then game on. That's all that matters. 'Tis all that matters. All right. Let's go somewhere, friends. My kids are so jazzed. Basically, tomorrow's like a second Christmas for them because they're going over to their grandmother's house. Posted your trophy in the Twitch Hangout. Yo, yeah. Never upgraded. Got it. Thank you. Thank you, Knight. All right. Good night, Honorable. Also, if anybody here is a patron, if you guys are on Patreon, I want to try to figure out our game night, by the way. I know we've been talking about it. I want to try to figure that out and maybe make a set day for it. So we'll figure it out. Yeah. We'll figure it out. And then I think it's just going to be some test runs. We're just going to have to try it and see what works, what doesn't. I'm even half tempted to stream it on. I think I have the ability to stream it on Patreon. If I did, the benefit would be that if anybody wasn't able to be there that night, they could still go back and watch easily. So maybe, I don't know. It's new to me, so I'm going to have to try. Yeah, maybe. Thank y'all for the follows, friends. I appreciate you. Shadow, Witchy Thicky, Wanted, Not Whoops. No, I appreciate you guys, man. I'm glad that you have been enjoying it because like I want to do more and more and more and more and more. So it's just, if anything, it's motivating me to want to do more. Yeah. Nocturne. Thank you guys so much. Again, if you're not in the Discord or part of the socials, friends, make sure to check it out. If you're not following the Midnight Society with all the amazing, lovely peoples that we have, please do. Please do. I need to restart my computer and figure out what the hell is going on. It's being very, very just laggish. Very laggish. Been creeping for a minute. Oh, I appreciate you. I appreciate the creeps. We can call them lurking or creeps, whatever you choose, but whatever it is, I appreciate it. Thank you, friends. Break, song. Thank you, friends. All the loves. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go say hi. I know where we're going to go. And so we're going to be obviously on Sunday. We're going to do our t-shirt again. I love it. I don't know, man. Just the idea of it being like a concert tee that's just a reminder of the event. I love them so much. We're doing it again on Sunday. Same exact way. Shirt design massive on the back and then on the front of a pocket tee. And I also didn't even realize that gifteds were 35% off through the end of the year. They're 35% off until January 2nd. So even a bigger possibility. I did not know that. I went to go use my discount thing the other day. And I realized I was like, shit, why can't I use it? Oh, because it won't let you stack. That's why. That is why. Alrighty. Friends, if you need some more holiday fun and cheer, the 24/7 channel has been active. Non-freaking stop. Obviously stopping when it has to and then start up again. But it is still there, friends. It's not going anywhere. I'm always trying to think of ideas for that too, about different like playlists of what to have too. Yeah. Might need to make more goals for that day. No. Listen, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Dude, you kidding me? That? No way. No way. No shot. The 2K though is going to remain a secret unless we actually hit it. So yeah. Yeah. All right, friends. I know where we're going to go. If you're a follower, that one's for you. If you're a sub, that one's for you. Little creepy tier 3s, you of course have your own. But of course. No, Juju. No. Of course, friend. No. I appreciate you guys so much. All right. Another tattoo. Listen, I have been dragging ass about the tattoo because I've been trying to get the idea of like the sleeve down that I want to get. I might just say F it. I think I'm just going to say F it and be like, you know what? I'm just going to get it and then work around it. Because with the amount of time it's probably going to take for me to do a sleeve anyway, it's probably going to be forever. So I'm going to get the music box tattoo and I'm just going to get it probably as soon as I possibly can. Music, I need you to stop effing up. It is freaking out. All right, friends. Let's go raid. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for an amazing stream. I can't wait to see you guys on Sunday at 9 a.m. for fun shenanigans. I love you all. Bye.